Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the incomparable Gene Wilder, a man whose unique blend of wit, charm, and vulnerability has captivated audiences for decades. With a career spanning over 50 years, Gene Wilder has left an indelible mark on the world of comedy, leaving us with a treasure trove of unforgettable characters and movies that continue to delight new generations. As we step into the world of Gene Wilder, we find ourselves in the midst of a bygone era, where the sounds of jazz and swing music filled the air, and the silver screen was ablaze with the magic of Hollywood's golden age. Born Jerome Silberman on June 11, 1933, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Gene Wilder's early life was marked by a complex mix of love, loss, and laughter. His father, William Silberman, was a Russian immigrant who worked as a salesman, traversing the country to peddle his wares, while his mother, Jean Baer, was a homemaker with a passion for music and theater that rivaled her devotion to her family. The youngest of two children, Gene grew up in a middle-class Jewish family that valued education, creativity, and community. The Silberman household was a vibrant tapestry of traditions, where the sounds of Yiddish and English mingled with the aromas of Gene's cooking, transporting Gene to a world of comfort and security. As a child, Gene was a shy and sensitive boy who found solace in the world of imagination and fantasy. He spent hours reading classic novels such as Alice in Wonderland and The Wizard of Oz, which sparked his creativity and fueled his love for storytelling. Gene's mother, Jean, encouraged his creative pursuits, recognizing the therapeutic benefits of art and entertainment during a time when the country was struggling to recover from the Great Depression. She would often take Gene and his sister Corinne to the local theater, where they would watch vaudeville performances and musicals that left them in awe. These early experiences instilled in Gene a deep appreciation for the power of comedy and its ability to bring people together. The 1930s and 1940s were a transformative period in American history, with the rise of radio, film, and television revolutionizing the way people consumed entertainment. Gene's childhood was filled with the sounds of Jack Benny, Fred Allen, and Orson Welles on the radio, as well as the magical world of movies, where stars like Charlie Chaplin, Greta Garbo, and the Marx Brothers reigned supreme. These early influences would later shape his own unique brand of humor and storytelling, which blended wit, satire, and physical comedy. Growing up in Milwaukee during World War II, Gene experienced the anxieties and uncertainties of wartime America firsthand. His father's sales job required frequent travel, leaving Gene and his sister to navigate the challenges of childhood without a consistent paternal presence. Despite these difficulties, the Silberman family remained close-knit, with Gene's mother playing a pivotal role in fostering his creativity and emotional intelligence. She would often share stories of her own childhood, of growing up in a Jewish family during a time of great social change, which instilled in Gene a deep appreciation for his heritage and a sense of responsibility to use his talents to make a positive impact. As Gene entered his teenage years, he began to develop a passion for theater and comedy. Inspired by the likes of Danny Kaye, Sid Caesar, and Lenny Bruce, he attended Washington High School in Milwaukee, where he was an active member of the drama club and developed his skills as a performer, writer, and director. These formative experiences laid the groundwork for Gene's future success as a comedic actor, writer, and director, as well as his signature blend of intellectual curiosity and playful irreverence. The post-war era was a time of great social change and cultural upheaval, with the rise of suburbanization, consumerism, and mass media transforming the American landscape. As Gene navigated his late adolescence, he was exposed to a wide range of influences, from the beats and the emerging counterculture to the golden age of television comedy, which featured legendary performers like Milton Berle, Red Skelton, and Jackie Gleason. These diverse influences would later converge in Gene's work, as he drew upon his unique blend of Midwestern values, Jewish heritage, and artistic curiosity to create some of the most iconic characters and comedies of the 20th century. The values of his childhood, including a strong emphasis on education, creativity, and community, would remain with him throughout his life, shaping his approach to comedy, collaboration, and social commentary. We see glimpses of this in his early performances, where he would often incorporate elements of Jewish humor and culture, paying homage to his heritage, while also pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in mainstream comedy. As Gene Wilder's passion for theater and comedy continued to grow, he found himself drawn to the prestigious Bristol Old Vic Theatre School in England, where he enrolled in 1955. The school's rigorous program and esteemed faculty proved to be the perfect catalyst for Wilder's creative development, as he honed his craft alongside fellow students like Peter O'Toole and Jeremy Irons. The trio would often engage in lively discussions about the art of acting, with Wilder being particularly fascinated by the works of Charlie Chaplin and the Marx Brothers. These influences would later become evident in his unique blend of physical comedy and intellectual wit, which would become a hallmark of his future work. During his time at Bristol Old Vic, Wilder was exposed to a wide range of theatrical styles, from Shakespearean dramas to avant-garde experimental pieces. He thrived in this environment, soaking up the knowledge and experience like a sponge. His days were filled with intense rehearsals, performances, and critiques, while his nights were spent exploring the city's vibrant theater scene, attending productions at the Old Vic and other renowned venues. This period of intense study and performance helped Wilder develop a deep understanding of the craft, as well as a keen sense of timing and audience awareness. Upon returning to the United States, Wilder began to make a name for himself in the New York theater scene, where he appeared in several off-Broadway productions. One notable example was his 1963 staging of Arnold Wesker's Roots, which caught the attention of esteemed critic Walter Kerr. The production, directed by John Dexter, was a critical and commercial success, with Wilder receiving praise for his nuanced portrayal of the lead character. This exposure led to Wilder's Broadway debut in 1964 in the play The White House, alongside Helen Hayes and Tom Ewell. As he took to the stage, Wilder felt a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that he had finally made it to the pinnacle of American theater. Wilder's breakthrough role came in 1967, when he was cast as Leo Bloom in Mel Brooks's seminal comedy, The Producers. This iconic film, which premiered on March 18, 1968, marked the beginning of a long and fruitful collaboration between Wilder and Brooks. As Bloom, Wilder brought a lovable, high-strung energy to the role, playing perfectly off Zero Mostel's bombastic Max Bialystock. The film's success can be measured by its 8 Academy Award nominations, including Best Original Screenplay for Brooks. The movie's irreverent humor and satire resonated with audiences, and Wilder's performance earned him a nomination for Best Supporting Actor. The late 1960s and early 1970s saw Wilder's star continue to rise with notable appearances in films like Start the Revolution Without Me, 1970, and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 1971. In the latter, Wilder's iconic portrayal of the eccentric and enigmatic Willy Wonka has become deeply ingrained in popular culture. His performance, which blended elements of menace and whimsy, helped to establish the character as a cultural touchstone. As Wonka, Wilder brought a sense of depth and complexity to the role, making him both a beloved and feared figure. The film's success was not limited to its critical acclaim. It also became a commercial phenomenon, grossing over $21 million at the box office and cementing Wilder's status as a leading comedic actor. In 1974, Wilder reteamed with Mel Brooks for the Western spoof Blazing Saddles, which premiered on February 7, 1974. As the Waco Kid, a drunken gunslinger with a penchant for clever wordplay, Wilder brought a unique brand of humor to the film. His chemistry with co-star Cleavon Little helped to make the movie a massive success, grossing over $119 million at the box office. The film's raunchy humor and satire pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in mainstream comedy, and Wilder's performance was widely praised for its cleverness and nuance. Throughout the 1970s, Wilder continued to work with many of the most talented comedians and writers of his generation. He appeared in films like Young Frankenstein, 1974, which he co-wrote with Mel Brooks, and Silver Streak, 1976, alongside Richard Pryor. This period also saw the beginning of Wilder's career as a director, with his debut film, The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes's Smarter Brother, premiering on December 14, 1975. As a director, Wilder brought a unique sense of visual style and comedic flair to his films, often incorporating elements of physical comedy and wit. As the 1980s dawned, Wilder's output showed no signs of slowing. He appeared in a string of successful films, including Stir Crazy, 1980, which reunited him with Richard Pryor, and See No Evil, Hear No Evil, 1989, alongside Pryor once again. This latter film, which premiered on May 12, 1989, marked one of the last major collaborations between Wilder and Pryor, and served as a testament to their enduring comedic chemistry. The film's success was a tribute to the duo's ability to craft humor that was both clever and irreverent, often pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in mainstream comedy. Throughout his long and distinguished career, Gene Wilder has demonstrated a unique ability to balance humor and pathos, often incorporating elements of satire and social commentary into his work. His performances have been marked by a sense of vulnerability and empathy, making him a beloved figure among audiences and critics alike. As he once said, "Comedy is like a puzzle. You have to find the right pieces and put them together in the right way." Wilder's career has been a testament to his ability to craft humor that is both clever and nuanced, often leaving a lasting impact on those who experience it. As the 1990s unfolded like a canvas of vibrant colors, Gene Wilder continued to work in film, albeit at a slower pace than during his heyday in the 1970s and 1980s. The frenetic energy that once drove him to create some of the most iconic comedies of all time had given way to a more measured approach, as if he was carefully selecting each project like a master chef chooses the finest ingredients for his signature dish. He appeared in a string of family-friendly films, including Another You, 1991, and Funny About Love, 1990, which allowed him to showcase his signature blend of humor and pathos, like a perfectly balanced recipe that never failed to delight audiences. One particular scene from Another You stands out, where Wilder's character, a hapless but lovable man, finds himself in a series of absurd misadventures. The way he navigates these situations with his trademark blend of wit and vulnerability is a testament to his genius as a comedic actor. As he navigated the ups and downs of life, both on and off screen, Wilder's commitment to his craft remained unwavering, like a North Star guiding him through the turbulent waters of the entertainment industry. In 1994, Wilder published his first novel, My French Whore, a historical romance that explored themes of love, loss, and identity during World War I. The book received critical acclaim, with many praising Wilder's nuanced prose and masterful storytelling, which transported readers to the battle-scarred landscapes of France and the trenches of the human heart. As he delved into the world of writing, Wilder discovered a new outlet for his creativity, one that allowed him to express himself in ways that film and theater couldn't. He poured his heart and soul into the book, drawing on his own experiences as a young man during wartime, and the result was a sweeping narrative that captured the imaginations of readers everywhere. As the years went by, Wilder continued to write with reckless abandon, producing novels like The Woman Who Wouldn't, 2002, and What Is This Thing Called Love, 2010, which cemented his reputation as a talented and versatile author. His writing was like a rich tapestry, woven from threads of humor, pathos, and insight into the human condition. Each book was a window into Wilder's inner world, a world of wit and wisdom, where the absurd and the profound coexisted in perfect harmony. But life had its way of throwing curveballs, and in 2003, Wilder was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, a type of cancer that affects the immune system. The news hit him like a ton of bricks, forcing him to confront his own mortality and the fragility of life. As he underwent treatment and eventually went into remission, Wilder emerged from the experience with a newfound appreciation for the preciousness of time and the importance of living each day to the fullest. He often spoke about how cancer had changed him, making him more introspective and grateful for the simple things in life. As Wilder grew older, he became increasingly reflective about his legacy and the impact of his work on audiences around the world. In a 2013 interview, he observed, "I think comedy is a way of coping with the difficulties of life, and I've always tried to make people laugh. but also to make them think. This sentiment encapsulates Wilder's approach to his craft, which has always been characterized by a deep empathy for humanity and a commitment to exploring the complexities of the human experience. He believed that comedy could be both a balm for the soul and a catalyst for self-reflection, and he spent his career crafting characters and stories that would inspire audiences to laugh, cry, and think. Gene Wilder passed away on August 29, 2016, at the age of 83, due to complications from Alzheimer's disease. The news sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond, as fans, colleagues, and critics alike mourned the loss of a true original, a master of comedic acting, writing, and directing, who left an indelible mark on popular culture. As tributes poured in from around the world, it became clear that Wilder's impact extended far beyond his own body of work. He had inspired countless comedians, actors, and writers, including luminaries like Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, and Tina Fey, who credited him with influencing their own approach to comedy. His commitment to exploring the human condition through comedy has helped shape the way we think about humor and its role in our lives. As Wilder himself once said, "Comedy is a way of saying, I'm human and I'm struggling, just like you." This quote encapsulates the essence of his craft, which was always about connection, empathy, and the shared experience of being human. Wilder's body of work continues to inspire us to laugh, think, and feel, and his impact will be felt for years to come, like ripples on a pond that never fade away. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.